everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
See you guys on the plane.
Okay, here we are. Okay, we'll keep talking. Everyone. Last night, I was very glad to be able to begin a conversation with the American people and offer some of my thoughts about ISIS, Iran, and how we reform the VA system to provide better care for our vets. And I'm honored that in the last 24 hours, more retired generals and admirals have decided to endorse my campaign. To focus more on these crucial challenges, tomorrow I'm convening a meeting of No, that's not true. Well, you know, look, I mean, the Republicans are just in a terrible dilemma trying to support a totally unqualified nominee. I have no sympathy for them. It's their nominee. But I am not going to tolerate them continuing to make misleading, inaccurate accusations and putting out misinformation about me. And here's the latest example. Matt Olson, the very distinguished and effective former director of the National Counterterrorism Center, was so disturbed by what he has seen coming from the Trump campaign that he wrote an article that I guess came online in the last 48 hours, pulling from public sources very clear statements by ISIS leaders, essentially throwing whatever support they have to Donald Trump. They have, as Matt Olson pointed out, said they hope that Allah delivers America to Trump. They have said that they hope that he is the president because it would give even more motivation to every jihadi, someone who has insulted Muslims, has insulted a Gold Star family of a incredibly heroic Captain Khan, someone who has said he doesn't want to let Muslims from around the world even come to our country. That is a gift for ISIS, and that is what Matt Olson, who knows more about this than the Republicans trying to somehow muddy the waters, very clearly stated. That's what I mean. And look, I'm not asking for any special treatment. I know the road that I'm on. I've been on it for 25 years, and I just get up every day and keep moving forward. I love this country. I will serve it with my entire heart, mind, and soul. I will do everything I can to protect America, and I will do everything I can to make sure Donald Trump is not president for many reasons. But this latest information coming from a distinguished counterterrorism expert should put every American's mind in motion to try to figure out what everyone can do to prevent Trump from being the president. Thank you.
See you guys on the plane. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Madam Secretary, the latest Real Clear Politics average has you up by an average of 2.8 percentage points over Donald Trump. Given what you say are his historic inadequacies and disqualification on the commander-in-chief point that you just made, shouldn't you just basically be running away with it at this point?
Chris?
Mr. President, you have stated flatly, and you stated flatly again tonight, that you did not trade weapons for hostages. And yet the record shows that every time an American hostage was released, last September, this July, and again just this very month, there had been a major shipment of arms just before that. Are we all to believe that was just a coincidence?
You said unequivocally last night that you would not put troops into Iraq ever again. Isn't A, that ignoring some ground forces who were there, and B, boxing yourself in should your military commanders, if elected, advise that you in fact need to do that?
If I may follow up, sir, on that first point, your own chief of staff, Mr. Regan, has said that the U.S. condoned Israeli shipments of arms to Iran. And aren't you, in effect, sending the very message you always said you didn't want to send? Aren't you saying to terrorists, either you or your state sponsor, which in this case was Iran, can gain from the holding of hostages?
Hi, good morning. Secretary Clinton, you've been criticized by the RNC for your demeanor last night, that you were too serious, that you didn't smile enough. Can you react to that? And also, you suggested that there is a double standard. Do you think that you're treated differently in this race because you're a woman?
Mr. President, when you had the arms embargo on, you were asking other nations, our allies particularly, to observe it publicly. But at the same time, privately, you concede you were authorizing a breaking of that embargo by the United States. How can you justify this duplicity?
Thank you, Madam Secretary.
Like the hat.
Appreciate that.
Is this a new look?
No, it's kind of an old look now.
Oh, you're bringing it back?
I'm bringing it back.
Been shopping in your closet?
You got it.
Yeah, I do a lot of that.
Last night, Mr. Trump suggested in some of his security briefings that the briefers made a suggestion or an insinuation that they were not pleased, the CIA was not pleased with the decisions that the administration and President Obama have made so far. Did you get that same impression in the briefings that you got, and can you comment otherwise on that suggestion from Mr. Trump?
Sir, if I may, the polls show that a lot of American people just simply don't believe you. That the one thing that you've had going for you more than anything else in your presidency, your credibility, has been severely damaged. Can you repair it? What does it mean for the rest of your presidency?
To a different standard, and what does that mean for you going into the debates?
Mr. President, you say that the equipment which was shipped didn't alter the military balance. Yet, several things. We understand that there were 1,000 TOW anti-tank missiles shipped by the U.S. The U.S. apparently condoned shipments by Israel and other nations of other quantities of arms as an ancillary part of this deal, not directly connected, but had to condone it or the shipments could not have gone forward, sir. So how can you say that it cannot alter the military balance, and how can you say, sir, that it didn't break the law when the National Security Act of 1977 plainly talks about timely notification of Congress, and also, sir, stipulates that if the national security requires secrecy, the President is still required to advise the leadership and the chairman of the Intelligence Committee.
Thanks, guys. See you on the plane.
Well, you can look on the map and find Aleppo. I love you, Andrea. You are indefatigable. You're my kind of woman. I'll tell you what. Look at this. Okay. I know. Go ahead. Go. I mean, the sympathy vote, the whole thing. I love it. Yes. Matt Olson, right. 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 No, that's not true.
Mr. President, in talking about the continuing recession tonight, you have blamed mistakes of the past, and you have blamed the Congress. Does any of the blame belong to you?
Yes, because for many years I was a Democrat.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.